all the things I learned, I could have learned from just listening to people. I was actually wanted to see, because I used to rob, cabs and stuff. I went to jail for about a year. But what made me stop stealing, I stopped stealing when I was about 23, 24. And what made me stop was I ran into one of the people that I robbed at knife point, and he didn't remember me, but I remembered exactly who he was. I remember his cab number because I was pretty thorough about getting away with it. And I met him, and I was sitting there drinking with him, and he would always get people to go out of his apartment to pick up groceries or beer or weed or whatever. He'd never leave his apartment. He was a shut-in, and it was because I robbed him. It's because I put a knife in his face and I stole $200 from him. Or more, maybe. I don't know. I was just disgusted with myself again.
The youth that we serve are 12 to 29. Many of them have kids of their own. Some have dogs. They come from all socioeconomic backgrounds. Some two-parent families, some single-parent families, some wealthy families, some poor families. There's kids with mental health issues, there's kids with addiction issues, there's kids that are involved in the sex trade, there are kids that are being sexually exploited. Any length of time on the street will determine what their fate is. The longer they're on there, the worse shape that they're in.
I was the only Native person for a long time, me and my sister. And I not only was the media not that kind, but I learned pretty early about racism, pretty much before I could spell it. And I didn't know how to deal with it, so I started punching people out. It was the first time I ever went to school. I didn't have a problem with my parents. They were loving parents. They were very good to me. So I always heard that I'd end up begging for change, sniffing glue on Main Street in Winnipeg, pretty much all my life. And I wanted to see if that was true, because I saw lots of people there. So by the time I was 12, I started running away on a regular basis, but I'd make it back home for church and stuff, because I like being at church. It was the only place I knew I could get the kind of respect I deserved, I think. But when
Did you like your brown skin?
No, I scarred it up, and these scars are all from me. I was trying to scratch it all off. I tried to chalk myself up a few days in a row to go to school and see what it would be like to be white, but everybody knew it was me. I was angry for a good solid 18, 19 years.
And who are you angry at?
Myself, for being so weak. How could I let them make me feel that way when I knew the truth?
And what was your truth?
I'm a good person too. I got some talents and special gifts. It took me a long time to see that.
Yeah, this is father's grandfather's son, grandmother Moon.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I kind of screwed up with the paint and stuff.
Success is unique as the individual who comes and sees us. For some, it might be he spoke to us today. He trusted an adult enough to speak. Another, it may be he showered for the first time in 4 months. For another, it may be he returned to school, or they have a job, or wrote their first resume, or learned how to shop on a budget. It really depends on the youth, it really depends on the kid, it really depends on their functioning level, it depends on a lot of things, but no one kid is the same. There's patterns and stuff, but different kids have different needs.
Haven't been to this one in a long time, so.
Look at the view.
Yeah. Who couldn't, I have my own riverside view of, right on my bed.
This is like the window. Look, see? If you look across, you can see mattresses and stuff there.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Been doing it so long, it just comes naturally now. In front of buildings or stuff, I go where people won't be able to see me.
So is there sort of like a line that you won't go, like that you won't cross or anything? Like
Portage.
yeah. Is it true? I heard that, but I didn't know that for
No,
sure.
I don't go to that side of Portage. I don't know. There's not too much down on there that I need. Everything I need this side of Portage and that way.
Why's that?
I don't know. It's just
You look like you need to get a bed.
yeah, pretty much.
It's really slight up there.
The drugs are more available. Gangland has really taken over. There's a lot of recruitment. There's a lot more gangs. There's a number of people that are being recruited from northern communities and coming down here. Drugs are on the rise. The drugs are stronger. They're harder. Meth is new to town, and that's a very disturbing drug. I've seen a number of drugs throughout the years of working on the streets, but this one takes you pretty fast, and it changes you quite quickly. I've seen a lot more death. I've seen a lot more violence, and it's not at the hands of parents all the time. It's at the hands of other people on the street. A lot of the people that believe that usually had a parent that instructed them somewhere along the line to teach them work ethic, to teach them how to work, to teach them the importance of having a job. Many of these kids haven't even had that. They're missing a lot of the real basic directional stuff. Some have horrendous trauma and abuse issues in their life that is affecting their mental health. Some are diagnosed with mental health issues, and they'll have days where they can work maybe 2 days and then they'll fall down for 3. So do we give up on them because they fall down for 3? Do we write them off because they don't have a job?
Lived everywhere. There's this nice vent on Assiniboine in Edmonton. It's right behind that Wardrop building. It's warm there, like in the wintertime. Underneath the Maryland Bridge, if you get enough like cardboard and stuff, and you can make a shelter, it's nice and comfortable there because it's like concrete and stuff there. But it's enclosed when you go right up in the bridges, like underneath the bridge. I used to sleep underneath the Main Street Bridge, but then they started putting like rocks, those limestone chunks there. Can't sleep there anymore. That's the reason why they put them there. They said it was to prevent soil erosion, but it's so they don't let people sleep there. And before they changed the Main Street Bridge and the Norwood Bridge, you used to crash under there. You used to crash at the Forks. Sometimes underneath the Osborne Bridge, but it's too windy in the morning, so you have to wake up real early. I crashed church back doors and stuff because they'll let you.
They will have hope if someone believes in them. Kids always have hope if someone believes in them. This is a problem, unfortunately. And I think that there is some solutions that we all can take part in creating a better world, for tomorrow.